Good morning, everyone. Chelsea Marie here. For those of you who don't know me, I am Chelsea Marie from chelseamariecoaching.com and the creator of Nutrition Academy for Entrepreneurial Women. So today I just wanted to invite you and to have a conversation about nutrition. I wanted to actually talk to you about how the foods that you're eating or the foods that we're eating are actually affecting our energy levels, our mindset, our mood, our physical performance, but also the success of our business. So, and by the way, I've got lots to share, so I'm gonna keep talking. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to list them in the comments below. Leave them short and descriptive. Oh, hi, Heather. Leave them really short and descriptive so I can just catch them real quick. Anyways, so yeah, I want to talk to you about how the foods that we're eating are affecting our energy, our mindset, our mood, our physical performance, but also the success of our business. So first off, I just want to express, I understand how confusing the world of nutrition is. I mean, it almost feels like every single day there is a new diet and it's telling you whether you should go raw or go vegan, or whether you should have dairy or not have dairy, whether you should consume meat or whether you shouldn't. And then when it comes to grains, it's like, you know, do you do something with gluten or do you avoid gluten, or what about the wheat? And it's like by the end of the day, all you want to eat is just ice chips because you're just too afraid to touch anything. So I completely understand the confusion, but also the fear factor behind it. But I don't want that to stop you in feeling good. So one thing I personally really live by and love is bio-individuality. Bio-individuality expresses and explains that one person's medicine is another person's poison. Hi, Diana. And in saying that, what works for me isn't necessarily what works best for you. And it's actually really interesting because I work with a company called Metabolic Balance, and working with them, what it allows me to do is actually provide my clients with meal plans based on their blood work. So after going to the lab, getting their blood taken, I get a whole list of all their results based on their hormone levels, their red blood cells, white blood cells, inflammatory marks, and everyone is so unique and so different, even in just their blood work. And when I provide them with meal plans, it's so cool to see that everyone's plans are so different. So I just want to emphasize, you know, really a big part of it is going out there and finding what works for you. So one tip, you know, while you're trying to figure it out is really just focus, is the foods or the meals that you're eating, are they leaving you feeling energized and like topped up, or are they leaving you feeling drained and depleted? So, you know, if you're waking up in the morning and you're having this meal where you just feel good, you feel clear, like your mindset is good, you're feeling really energized, you're going to have great connections with your clients, with your family members, with your friends. You're going to feel really in tune. You're going to be, you know, on the ball, and that's going to create a huge ripple effect in the work that you do. But, you know, if you're eating, you know, a meal here and you're feeling drained and tired and you're feeling weighed down, and, you know, maybe it was something that had too much sugar that your body couldn't metabolize, and then in that case, it's causing a huge dip in your insulin levels, giving you this huge crash. I mean, if you're feeling drained from your foods, how do you expect to give, you know, something inside of you, energy that you don't even have, to your clients? Because a big part of, you know, owning the work that you do in your business is always providing a service. So if you don't have it in you to provide, you know, that's going to be a huge downfall. So at the end of the day, just ask yourself if the foods that you're eating are really leaving you feeling topped up and nourished, or drained and depleted. Another thing I also wanted to quickly point out was, if you're in a phase where you know what works for you and you know what doesn't, but you're having a hard time committing because, you know, it tastes so good, or, you know, if you're going out with your friends and having that extra glass of drink, it means socializing. So if you're at that point where you're like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm still doing it, think of this. Every single day, your body is creating 100 billion red blood cells. These red blood cells are filtering throughout your entire body. They're delivering oxygen, they're delivering nutrients, and they're going to be surviving and living around your entire body for about 120 days, so approximately about 4 months. So the foods that you eat today, it's not just a temporary fix. It's not just, oh, it's in and it's out, it's okay, I can restart tomorrow. Those foods are actually creating your blood cells that day. So the foods, you know, if you go out and you have like a Big Mac, or you have a burger and then you have some fries, or you have some, you know, some alcoholic beverages, or even have a couple, you know, pops, the cells that are being made that day are being made in part of those foods. And they're going to be lingering around your body for the next 4 months. So it's really not just, you know, just for the moment kind of thing. They are going to leave you feeling affected for the next 4 months or so. So, I mean, on a business point of view, you wouldn't create a foundation for your work to have, you wouldn't create a foundation for your work that gave you happiness in the moment, but that would create future failure. So that's the same thing with your diet. You know, if you can create a foundation right now that you know that works for you, even though it might be a bit of a stretch, it might be uncomfortable at first, it's going to create huge success for you in the long run. Anyways, that's about it for today. So if you guys have any questions or comments, even after the video, please feel free to list them below. I'd be more than happy to go through them and to respond. If you guys have any friends or family members who you feel could really benefit from this, please feel free to tag them below. Yes, hi Stefan. Yes, it's so true that, you know, a lot of the times we don't think that, you know, the way that we eat is really affecting our mind, but it's so true. I mean, if you think of sitting down and having, you know, like a bowl of cereal, or let's just say a whole bunch of candy, you know, candy is like the easiest way to go. If you're eating a diet that's all processed, all sugar, you know, even if you were to have, you know, like an experiment with a day where you eat nothing but chocolate bars, by the end of the day, you are going to feel like such crap. But if you have a day where it's like you're eating nothing but whole foods, and then compare it to the day that you had nothing but sugar and processed foods, there's going to be a huge difference in your energy, in your mind, and your mood. I mean, every single time we eat something, it requires energy on our body's behalf just to break it down. So if your body is actually in a state where it needs so much repair, let's say you're having problems with digestive issues, your body isn't going to be able to focus on repairing, you know, your digestive issues if it has to focus on breaking down the foods that you're eating. And if the foods that you're eating are processed and they're, you know, they're loaded with sugar, they're going to cause huge sugar spikes in your body, and that's just going to offset all your hormones in your body. It's going to leave you feeling drained. It's going to leave you feeling foggy. So it's definitely this huge ripple effect. Thank you so much for that comment. Anyways, I hope you guys like this. Give it a thumbs up. Hi, Tina. Yes, definitely. I'm glad that you agree with me. It's so true. We can get, you know, food is so incredibly powerful. I did mention in the video before, if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it, but how relationships are actually affecting our health. But I also explained really briefly that when I was about 12, my father was diagnosed with leukemia, and my mom had just graduated from her nutrition school. And seeing how she had just completely wiped the entire house of not just, you know, chemicals and products, you know, for cleaning and stuff like that, but had completely, you know, changed all of our foods in the household. Just watching him and how his body recovered and transformed really made me realize how powerful food really is. So if you're curious, you know, have an experiment. Do a couple of days. It's called like a breakfast experiment. So maybe for breakfast one day, have nothing but like a bowl of cereal, or whatever you feel is easy, but you know isn't so healthy. You know, jot down how you're feeling, your energy for the day. See how fast it takes for your body to crash from that. And then later, you know, the next day, maybe make yourself like an omelet with some vegetables, something with some, you know, some protein, or even make a smoothie, like, you know, a green smoothie with lots of vegetables, kind of fool around and have the breakfast experiment and see how it leaves you feeling. Just, you know, the only way to really learn is to try it out at the end of the day. Anyways, I hope you guys like this, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday at about 12. It will be 12:30 Pacific time. Have a great day. Bye.